No extra charge for mistakes. Hey guys, I wanted to do something really brief here. Just trying to keep these videos coming as we got a good thing going here, man. The comments are flying. I'm going to go through some of those. I got to tell you guys, man, it's running pretty hard and fast here. But the comments that you guys left, I got to make a pact with you guys right now and say that I am never, ever, other than right now, this is the last time, I'm not ever mentioning any negative comments ever again. You guys taught me such a huge lesson with that. They're just going to go away. I'm not going to mention them. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to give anybody the satisfaction of even making it a thing. But the overwhelming positivity and support that you guys are showing, not only me, but my friends, Jack Roosh, Tom Bukovac, Corey Congilio, RJ Ronquillo, Brett Papa, Rick Beato, Marty Schwartz. There's others. If you haven't checked out Jimmy Bruno and you want some great entertainment and some amazing, legendary jazz and just good music knowledge on the guitar, check out his channel. It's something totally different, but it's awesome. But anyway, so I'm gonna get into some things. Me and Brett Popper are gonna be doing some stuff that's gonna be kind of long term, leading up to something kind of big, and so that's gonna be fun. Had a great hang with him a couple days ago, yesterday I think actually. I got a couple Gibbons stories to tell you guys in the next couple days when the dust settles and I can get into a longer video here. But I wanted to get into something that I think is gonna be very valuable. I mean, doing all these exercises and stuff. Eventually, we have to get to where we're making music. And I know that a lot of people are like, okay, well, I'm practicing all this stuff. Now, how do I get there? How do I get to where we're making some music? Well, I think this might be something that would help us kind of, compartmentalize a thing and kind of be able to have something that's tangible and we can bite off a little piece of that. And I also think that this is going to be something that really can help connect some things, especially with your ear. And I'm going to call this little concept reoccurring chord changes. And there'll be multiple videos on this as I like to do with everything, because it's all connected and it is kind of a concept and a way of rewiring your brain. So we're going to do something here with just this little tune, and I stole most of this from somebody and then adapted my own little way of doing this. Some of you guys have heard this at the Underdog. I call it, South of the Border. We're doing it's basically just G to D the whole time. G major to D7. So the 5 chord always needs to be a dominant chord for the most part, because that note in the D scale is not resolving back to the G. It needs to be, right? So what you're really getting, when you dissect all this down to what's really changing, you get the root of G in the major third, and it's going to the flat 7 in the major third of D. That's really what's changing. When you hear this, that's why that's such a classic change, and that is a reoccurring chord change. Just the relationship and hearing how that 5 right? Okay, that one little change there, just the G chord, the root to the 5. Okay, the major scale. When you go to that, that is now playing over the D7. Now G. D. G. D. G. These are all examples of landing on these chord tones, like that kind of thing there, where I go. So the G major scale is the same as the D dominant 7 scale. Now, I don't like to think like that, because I like to think that I'm actually playing over D7 when it goes to D7, because I get all these ideas, you know. So we're hearing the relationship of this. I'm going to get more into this, but this is what we need to be focusing on, just these simple reoccurring chord changes. So easy and simple doesn't always equal boring or plain. Complicated doesn't always mean it's good. I love playing this 2-chord jam because we go into a little double time in the middle. When you go to the 5 chord, we'll get into this too. You can always substitute the 2 minor for the 5/7. You can play C major 7 and A minor 7 over D7 over the 5 chord. That gets you all this stuff, this little, all that's over the 5 chord. You can play 3, 6, 2, 5, 1 licks over the 5 chord, because it's all substituting for the sound of the 5 chord. Now I'm just showing you where you can go with this. I'm not expecting you to hear this all or play it all right now. I want to stick more to the major scale stuff like this. Because it's all coming from, there's D7. Right, this. This stuff is connected, and the ear is so important. But these little ideas here too, the C major 7, the fact that I can play that over the A minor chord means I can play that over the D7 in the key of G, because that's a 2, 5, 1. That's a 2 minor, A minor to D7 to G. And again, man, thank y'all so much too for going to bat for knowing what these lessons are. These are just little glimpses of insight on a few little things scratch the surface. Of course, you guys know I have my courses and my private lessons and the immersion experiences and all that stuff that we do to make a living. But these are just little things that come to my mind, and I sit down here and turn the camera on and just go, you know, my little iPhone. And so that's what we do. A little Princeton reverb, and it's nothing high tech. But a lot of these guys are like, well, man, they, you know, called out on the Gibbons video. So I know I said I wasn't going to mention it again, but it burns us up. But man, the fact that you guys that do get this, and the majority of you do, you know that I'm just throwing this stuff out there. You don't have to be able to understand all this right now. I'm going to follow these concepts up with a lot of other insight to these things and examples. But anyway, check that out. I'm going to call these the reoccurring chord relationships. Here's another great one. Just, you know, like D minor, same relationship, 1 to 5, but in a minor key. So if I'm in D minor, A7 is the 5 dominant, back to D minor. So then we get these little relationships. And this starts creating some really great harmonic content. It's training our ear. You know, it's really letting us get inside how this stuff starts coming together to make music. So anyway, there's a little insight to that. There'll be much more to come soon. Going to have a meeting now to get, you know, try to stay organized and get caught up even more after the holidays. Anyway, thanks a bunch, guys. It means a lot. Really appreciate it. Check out all my buddies. Check out the links below. This is good. We got some good momentum here. I'm feeling inspired. You guys are helping so much. The comment section's blowing up. The numbers are growing. Everything's good. We're all learning together, and life is good. All right, guys. See you soon. Bye.